welcome. And this is a quick Q&A for the 8-week Quantum Wellness Challenge. Um, my name is Emily, if you don't know who I am, and I have been utilizing the AO scan for I believe it's almost been 3 years. I think it's 3 years in November, which is like insane to me. Um, and I love utilizing it for my family's health, for my clients' health, and and wanting more people to learn and understand how to utilize it along with um, healthy foundations and like lifestyle. So the whole purpose of the 8-week wellness challenge is kind of two-part. One, to get more people interested and knowing about the AO scan and utilizing frequency in their life. And two, to just really support people on a very like where you're at basis for their health and wellness. So the requirement for joining the program. I'm just going to be upfront with price now, and then we'll talk about all the details. It's $149 a month for the software, and that gets you into the group. So essentially, if you're on my team or anybody who I have enrolled's team, then you get free access to the wellness challenge. And if you don't want to join with the AO scan, it is $149 a month, and you can either choose to have me run your reports or whoever invited you to this can run your reports. And so either way, the cost is $149 a month. Um, and I'll dive into what we learn about. So my goal with this is to help you realize that there is no one size fits all, and that just like one thing isn't going to cure you. So I love the frequencies. I love being able to utilize them, but they are not the end all be all. There are a lot of other things that we need to be doing in our health and wellness. And so that's kind of what the challenge is about. So we go through a different topic every single week. And then each week we also go through a little bit more of the AO scan, because the AO scan has a ton of features and it's very overwhelming at first. So I wanted to set this up so that everyone kind of had a little bit more guidance and support along the way. I do have a whole YouTube full of tutorials on different modules of the software and how I personally utilize it. But then this allows you that like direct time to ask questions every week. I'm going to be shifting the way that we do things a little bit this month. I want to see where everyone feels about the weekly call because it had been on Monday evenings at 8 p.m. this time. And I am open to still doing them on Mondays at 8 p.m., but I want to make sure that as many people can join them. So I may move it to the afternoon on a different day if that works for people. If not, we can keep it this time. I just have life changes happening again. So tonight is the last night I have my husband's help. So he will be working night shift, and so it'll be me for bedtime. So we'll just have to play around with the kids, which if most Callie and Maggie, you've been on many calls with my kids around, so you know how that can go. So I'm going to change up a little bit of the structure. Each week, I'm sending out an email and doing a post in the group. I'll be sending out a text message too, with the topic of the week and what the challenge of the week is, and a like 5 to 10 minute educational video. So you can watch that video at your own time, either Monday or throughout the week. And then whenever we do our shifting the weekly call a little bit to not just education, but more of a wellness mastermind. So we can talk about what's on our report, dig a little deeper into our reports. I can not troubleshoot, but like brainstorm with you on like what reports would be most beneficial for supporting your body and your personal wellness goals, what frequencies might be supportive. And then I like have lots of random other knowledge that I can share too, whether that be essential oils or diet or some of these things that we'll be talking about. Um, and so it'll be more of like a wellness mastermind every single week, where we can discuss the topic as well as get a little bit more nitty gritty with things. Um, so that is going to be a little bit more of the layout, a little bit more organized and structured, which is hopefully going to work in the way that I want it. I wanted the last one to be that way, but the last one was a good trial and error. I'm also going to create some resource pages to post in the group and send out an email that you can download and have as well. So week one, we're gonna start off again with mindset and breathing. Um, we'll learn about how our mind really influences its role in our well-being, learning how to switch our thinking, learning different breathing techniques to calm our bodies. Week two, we will discuss the nervous system and managing stress. Week three, we're going to switch it up a little bit and talk toxins. So we're going to work on like removing toxins at the beginning of the challenge versus the end of the challenge. And just kind of as a way to like slowly exit some things throughout the challenge. Week four, we will discuss the sunlight and the circadian rhythm. Five, we will work on our hydration, the trace minerals, and grounding aspect. Week six will be the gut health and nourishing foods. Week seven is movement and the lymphatic system. And week eight is sleep. So I'm switching out the root cause for a whole week on sleep. My goal is to read the Why We Sleep book that I have. I have a lot of books I want to read. And I've gotten some new resources to dig into and kind of share even more information. This one just came today, 12 Essential Minerals for Cellular Health. These go over all of the cell salts, which are all 12 of them are available in the AO scan. So you can utilize these in your water. You can I have the blank sugar pellets. You don't need to use them. I just put them in water. I don't even use the sugar pellets, and I have two ginormous containers of them. But different ways to use them. So I'm gonna kind of skim through that book and give some highlights. And then this book is new, but it's related to the mat that I got. We're probably going to talk about pretty much similar things as we did last time, but like I said, the structure will be a little bit different. And then I will have a little bit more of a resource for direct support. The AO scan portion of it will be the tutorials, which I already have. So I will just send a tutorial along with whatever the topic of the week is. And then have a little bit more engagement planned throughout the week in the group with some different questions and check-ins and accountability as a group. I think that's pretty much everything. It did not take me very long to go over it. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm really excited to do it again because I learned a lot since the last time. I decided to teach a co-op class for my son's co-op group, and I'm literally just using the same format and teaching them a Living Well class. So we've been going through these same exact topics, but I've had to like get them to their level, their second through fifth grade. So in doing that, a lot of more things have sunk into my brain too, which has been cool so that I can verbalize it hopefully a little bit better for you guys as well. So does anybody have questions?
I have a few.
Yes.
I don't know if it pertains quite to your weekly thingy going on, but it does to the AO scan.
Okay.
Um, Now you're supposed to clean it every time before you do a scan, right?
The clear
The
and
clearing. Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna like just clarify. So are you referring to like in the quick scan, the clear and shield and EMF shield ones?
Well, that's what my question is. So I
Yes.
see in Cephi there is some cleaning, clearing,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and then also in easy, not easy
In quick
scan, quick
scan. Yeah.
scan.
You can utilize either one of those. That's totally
Okay.
fine. Yeah. Either one of those. The other thing that like if you ever some people will message me whenever it's a little glitchy. And one of the other things, I'll share my screen so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Let me, because I have somebody else's account pulled up. Mm, oh, let me pull my account up and I'll show you. And I can actually do a rundown. That was my other thought, was doing a rundown of the software. Okay. Do, share, those scans. Share. Okay, I'm going to show all of you. Okay, so this is the software. It's very user friendly as far as how quick it is. What I want to show you is over here these three lines in the right hand corner, top right hand corner. Um, this clear cache or reload, that is something that sometimes people will do for like a reset, um, to just like kind of refresh the software. And then I'm just sharing troubleshooting just for the fun of it. That's something you can do if you have any glitches, or if you need to, you can like delete the app off the phone and then redo it on the browser and re save it to the phone. But yeah, as far as before you run a scan, it is recommended to do the quick scan. I'm gonna go slower. Quick scan, and then do a clearing and then a shield. I typically do the EMF shield too, since they added that this spring. I don't every time, but I try to whenever I remember. Um, but real quick through the this module, these are different ways to see what supplements that you need. You can add any supplement into the library. And my husband like saw my screen the other day and he's like, "You have eggs in there?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm playing with a lot of things." So I have different foods, I have my different supplements, I have different therapies that I have on hand, and some of them that I don't have on hand. Like I have acupuncture in here. Acupuncture does come up a lot for me. I still have never done acupuncture, so it's something that I'm kind of working myself up to. But I have like apple cider vinegar, and that has been coming up a lot. And I'm pretty sure it's because my stomach acid is really off. I have different brands of things. So like this is Aromatics International Nutmeg. Most of my essential oils are doTERRA. But you can play around with different supplements and stuff before you even purchase them so that you know like whether or not your body needs them. And I actually have quite a few supplements that have been coming up that I need to just bite the bullet and buy here one of these days. Also in the quick scan, you can scan your pets for supplements. Um, and then in the vitals scan, I think it's the vitals, it might even be an easy scan. I can't remember which one. You can also scan your pets and see like what's going on with their bodies and give them an inner voice that's customized to them as well. But yeah, the energetic auras, these are 3-minute boosts. So they have sound to them with frequency. So they do exactly what they state. Supercharger, focus, relax, grounding, and neuro aerobics is great for getting the brain functioning. Um, Easy Scan will run an inner voice, a vitals, and a comprehensive. A body systems will run a body system scan. This is a new feature. It's called multi-scan. You can actually create groups of people. So for example, I broadcast to different groups, but I have my family in here. So every morning, which has been really nice, I've been able to start my broadcasts, and then I come over here and I add the Mailer family, and I just run a scan on all of us. And it only takes like 5 minutes, where before it took 7 minutes per person. And so nobody got done every day. Um, these two are blocked out for likely everybody. These two modules are for people who do extra training. You have to complete phase 3 training. So phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 to get these unlocked. They're fascinating. They're extra pieces to the puzzle. I honestly don't use them super much just because there's so much data in the other information. Cepheid is my favorite spot here, which is where you have access to all of the different frequencies. For example, here's reach. You can scan for what frequency you need. So I'm just going to click scan. Creativity has been coming up a lot for me. My brain's been very tired. But then you can imprint that into water, into a ring, into any like a pen, anything that you have that you're wanting to imprint it into, or you can broadcast it. The custom playlist, you can create custom playlists of any of the frequencies. The flowers are Bach flower remedies and Australian bush flowers. They are great for emotions. So for an example, you can choose your emotion, you can scan and get one, you can choose an emotion, and then it'll come up with the one like emotional exhaustions for me for sure. So the one it chose for me for that is flannel flower. It releases being insensitive and difficulty communicating feelings, enhances gentleness, expression of feelings, and openness. Again, we're going through a lot of changes once again today. Changes in my husband's job. So that relates very accurately. And I can imprint that to a ring, to my ring, to a bracelet, to something that I'm wearing or water, um, or I can add it to a custom playlist. Has the chakras. Homeopathics are super fascinating. This is where you'll find these cell salts. So the cell salts are right here, and all 12 are listed. If you click on one, this little info button lights up, and you can see what it is good for at a base. So this can be helpful. This is helpful for lack of bile in the body. So this would probably be good for a lot of things. There's lots of homeopathy. The nosodes are more viruses. So like influenzium is for preventative for the flu or bronchitis. And then it gives you some suggestions for another um, option there. And then by symptoms is one of my favorites in homeopathy. So you can actually scroll through and see, look for a symptom that you're having. Let's see, what's one I've been dealing with? How about just digestive disturbances? There's a lot on here. So I personally would choose scan, and then it'll pick them in order that will be beneficial for me. And I typically only do like the first five. And I, again, would either imprint that into water or a sugar pellet or just broadcast it. But there's so many different things. There's things for the gallbladder. I really need to work on some of these gut ones. Anyway, I'm back. These ones are new, essential oils and minerals. Same type of situation here. These have essential oils. You can scan for them or click on them and it'll tell you a little bit about it. Then you can emit it. I have seen, and this is what I've been doing, that you can emit the tone, which is going to imprint it to whatever you're holding up in the general vicinity. Or you can emit it, listen to the sound, whatever you're wanting to do with that. Another thing, because I have essential oils, is I will often utilize the essential oil that it pops up as well. Same with the AO minerals. You can scan these, see what comes up, and you can emit it into your water. You can take it as an actual supplement. Let's see, potassium came up for me. That one comes up a lot. Or you can take it as an actual supplement of potassium. These ones are support and detox remedies. So this is like a vitamin C. This one supports all of the body systems. These are different detoxes. Should have put that one in the Cepheid dot I did today. The Cepheid dots. You do not need the Cepheid dots to do these. You can choose them and then imprint into whatever object you want to imprint that you're going to wear. But there's a bunch of options there. The AO Tune is all of the tuning forks. So tuning forks are very fascinating. They're very expensive. And this is one of my favorites is the organs because you can really support any of your organs with these. You just click on what you want. You can choose 30 seconds, 2 minutes, or 5 minutes, and you can emit the tone. Or you can scan and see what else comes up. The planetary frequencies and the solfeggio ones have been coming up for me a lot. And it's very fascinating to see what they represent. Like I got the survival one recently and I was in massive survival mode that day. Like these ones support different emotions. Oh, that one had, this one has like DNA repair. Planetary frequencies. This one was the other one. There's like ones for immune support. ATP production and oxygenation. So like really taking the time to look through some of these can be really, really good. Like skin and hair rejuvenation, all kinds of really good stuff in here. Improve the nervous system. I know I have a lot of clients with issues with the nervous system. That one would be a good one for people to utilize. And then the multicast is again similar to the multi-scan, where you can choose a group. I'm going to choose my family. You select a flower that resonates with them. In the moment, I should have done my ones. You can choose, type in an affirmation, any one that you want. I typically keep them pretty straightforward. And then you can choose, they changed this recently. You can only choose up to 5 playlists per one. But because I had 8 before the change, I haven't touched his. Once I click on that and choose to save it, it's going to eliminate it down to 5. So I need to really think, like I have 13 playlists linked and that's way too many, but I'm working on a lot of things. But you can then broadcast to multiple people. And then the AOS Mind Sync is all about rewiring your mind. So you can choose any of these or do a scan or create your own affirmations. Then you record the affirmations and you can put them to different music and then you listen back to it. So the idea here is you're not just listening to like a meditation or a hypnosis, you are listening to your own voice, which is going to get deeper into your subconscious mind to really shift your belief structure that you're trying to shift, whether that's like my some of the ones that I've been like repeating recently are like my cells are functioning at their optimal, or my DNA knows exactly what to turn on and off. Um, my cells vibrate at the correct frequency for what they are intended to do, for kind of some of that deeper healing aspect. So that is a quick rundown of the software. And then I also talked about all of the different topics. Okay, Maggie, I think you had more questions. Sorry.
When I want to imprint,
Yes.
do I also clear the item first? Like say I'm
Yes.
doing an earring and
Mm-hmm.
okay, so I clear that first and then I can just put it on there. And I
Yeah.
could do the same thing with water, clear it first and
Yes,
then do
correct.
it.
And you
Okay.
can, like, once you erase it, just like you can add more than just one thing. Um, I've seen, like, it depends on what I'm doing, how much I'll imprint. Like today I imprinted something for someone that has a like something's going on with her mouth. Like she has an infection in her gum. And so I did like some different ones for healing and pain because she's in a lot of pain because of it. But also I did like a bunch of homeopathy that are specific for infection and pain and teeth. So I did probably, well, actually, let me count. I did 1, 2, 3, 4. I did 13 into that Cephi dot. They were all very focused on that one thing though. I try to keep things semi-focused into one thing. Like today I did for myself, I did like concentration, determination, finish, self-confidence, and something else along those lines. And pain-free came up for me. And I have been in pain, but I've just been ignoring it. So I added the pain-free one too. So I just am like, okay. So you can add multiple things. I just wanted to point that out. I just try to keep them either along the same lines or not, or like no more than 5 if you're kind of mixing and matching.
Okay. The other question I had was I haven't been able to record today. I put on my, headset thingy and plugged it in, and I'm getting that big square yellow
A
that
few
tells me,
people, yeah, a few people are getting that on the inner voice.
yeah,
So my suggestion would be to come up to this 3 dots and clear the cache if you haven't. Um, if that doesn't work, I would delete it off your phone and reset it for the browser. Um, I've been seeing a few different people. My other thing is either using a different device or trying it with or without the headphones plugged in. I have been,
okay,
I have no idea why, but I have wireless headphones. I've recently started using a cord like a month or two ago because somebody called me out on it and I was like, I know I shouldn't be using Bluetooth. So I've been using the cord and for some reason my cordless, like I was trying to do some stuff for, well, setting up for a client and I wanted to just do cordless because of what I was doing. Anyway, it would not record with the Bluetooth. But when I plugged it in with my other headset, like it was fine. So just kind of playing around with it. is
Okay.
my suggestion there.
Okie doke. Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anybody else have questions? Can be about the AL scan software. It can be about the challenge, whatever you would like to ask. And you can unmute yourself, or I can unmute you if you need. Or you can type in the chat. Okay. Did I miss other possible days and times for calls? I did not actually ask other possible days and times for calls. I'm probably gonna post in the group. But if you have any suggestions, I am open. Maggie, same thing. If Monday work night works for people, I don't mind doing Monday nights. I just will have the kids, which again, I've had them for the last like 4 weeks. So um I if as long as I set them up with a TV and everything, it typically goes mostly smoothly. Okay. All right. Well, if nobody else has any other questions, I am going to go ahead and stop the recording.